a sea turtle. Our job as roving reporters to go around and the local businesses from our area that are willing to keep the green in Greenville.
Today we're at Nooherooka Natural Farm, located at 2029 Newburn Church Road in Snow Hill.
Today we're at the store at Nooherooka Natural in Snow Hill with Mary Betty Kearney and her husband, Ozzie Kearney.
Well, welcome to our store. We are certainly glad to have you at our Nooherooka Natural retail outlet here. We carry fresh and frozen products, pork and beef, all raised here on our farm, and we offer those as a pasture-raised product. And that means that they have no additives whatsoever been given to the animals. They are pasture-raised, meaning that they can move around and eat grass, grains, hay, all that we grow and prepare for them. And also spent grains go to our beef cattle. And our whey comes from a farm called Holly Grove, which is a goat cheese farm. So we repurpose the whey as well with our pigs.
So if me and my friend Ava here were to come shop, my friend Ava and I, if we were to shop here, what might we buy?
Oh, you could buy everything you'd like in the line of beef, pork, and we also purchase and resell poultry and fowl products, eggs from a local farm here in the county. So we try to make your visit to our farm a one-stop shop for you as far as your meat purchases.
And what do you do to recycle or repurpose here in your store?
Oh, in the store, the whole store is repurposed. The doors and windows came from a building that was destroyed during the flood in 1999, Floyd. The bench that is over on the wall is made from repurposed wood. The countertop is an old massage table from a massage parlor in Wilton a friend gave to me. The front door came from a historic property in Greene County called the Hines Aldrich House. And there are many other little things, the lanterns, and we are very historically oriented. So we have, we reuse egg cartons and recycle those. We do many things that with repurposing in mind. And we also provide barrels all over the farm for plastic bottles that we carry to the recycle bin and provide bottled water.
I noticed you have some unusual curtains. I'm just kind of curious.
Yes, well, I'm glad you noticed those. They were all made from used tobacco sheets. You know, many years ago when tobacco was harvested, it was bound up in sheets and stored in pack houses. So my husband had some of those left from years ago when he raised tobacco, and so we reused those here to keep the sun out because the sun made it awfully hot in here, and it gave us, we sort of liked the way that it looked. And by the way, our freezer is right behind the counter, and you can certainly walk in. It stays at 8 degrees, and everything in there is frozen and very safe for consumption. We harvest our beef fresh, and it's in the cooler first, and then after it's been wet aged, we do some dry aging at the processor, but after it's wet aged, then we move all of our products into the freezer. So that keeps in there, you can buy products from us that are a year old because it stays 8 degrees at a safe temperature all the time.
Very interesting.
I noticed you have some other things for sale here too.
Yes, we do. We try to make and offer things to our customers that are a healthy choice to enhance the meat products that we sell. And we also run a bed and breakfast, and our breakfast is completely organic and natural that we offer. We use a raw milk dairy that's close by for our yogurt. And we offer jams and jellies from a place they're homemade from a place in Washington. Lorita's sauces does our rubs, and they have no additives or chemicals in them. She also does caramelized onion jam, which is awesome on our burgers. We sell local honey from our herb garden, and that's an organic garden in Snow Hill. And last but not least, we sell coffee from Joe Van Gogh, made especially for Love a Sea Turtle. And part of the proceeds for every package of coffee that is sold here and anywhere that sells at retail goes to support the Sea Turtle Hospital Initiative. Yes, and to add to that, we also sell an oat bran muffin mix from Lindley Mills, which is close to Cane Creek in the Piedmont of North Carolina. We have to go by that area when we use our processor north of Burlington, so we feel like that this is a very healthy choice because they use all organic grains when they produce this oat bran muffin mix. So it's a very easy thing to usually healthy is not always so easy, but we try to make it easy for all of our customers and families.
So last week we talked with Mr. Donald Dunn at Uptown Brewing Company, and he said that Uptown gives their spent grain to you.
That's correct, and we're very thankful to have this working relationship with them. It sort of makes our whole operation sort of like a big circle. We go round and around, and if you go one door down from there at the Starlight Cafe, we get the spent grain, we feed it to the cows eat it. We carry the cows to market. They are harvested. We carry the meat to places like Starlight, and we have other restaurants that we visit. They feed that to their customers, and it helps them also because if we didn't pick it up, this would probably go into the waste sewage treatment plant in Greenville, and that would be very expensive for them to process all of this spent grain. And it's very high in protein. It's very good feed. They love this as good as you would love a chocolate milkshake or anything else. If you could come one morning, I'll be glad for you to go out with me, and you can see when we put this out into the troughs, how the cows just run to the grain and eat it.
Do you do anything else to repurpose when making your feed?
Yes, I do. We also raise hogs on the ground like people used to do 125 years ago. And one of the main ingredients that we use to supplement their eating the pasture and the other things that we give them is that we pick up goat whey, which is the byproduct after one has made cheese. We work with a goat farm in Grantham, North Carolina, Holly Ridge, and we go and pick it up, and I have a trough that we pour the whey in it, and they really love to eat it and drink it rather, and it helps. Also, we use a brewery in Wilson, North Carolina, to get mash from.
It sounds like you're doing a lot of reusing and repurposing. and at the same time, you're supporting local businesses.
Yes, it's a great partnership. We not only support them, but they support us also. And then you have to stop and think about it, that we all live on this earth together, and it's the only earth that we have, and we must learn to take care of it. And that's the reason why we like to recycle, and we like for the people in town, they also recycle also, and overall it's good for everybody.
So like I just noticed back here you have something going on.
Well, these are concrete feeders. They're very heavy and they're very cost effective. And we don't feel like we feel like we're more efficient with our feeding, and we don't utilize and have to throw out the feeders, the standard type feeders that they use. And over here are some, when we've redone these buildings, are any metals that we can recycle and reuse as well. And next year we have put in for a conservation program that will provide water in a different way, so that it eliminates spillage and conserves the water and makes it easier for the cows and the pigs to consume without waste.
Just a little fun fact. The fence that you see here is made out of pamper diapers.
We believe so much in recycling that we even buy used pickup trucks, which I got this one from the North Carolina DOT, and it will serve me well on the farm. And my grandchildren just call it Old Yeller.
This is Nooherooka Natural. What makes your beef all natural?
Well, I don't know if you know a lot about commercially raised beef, but all beef, unless it is labeled organic or natural or pasture raised, is raised with a female hormone pellet placed into the cow's ear. And those cows are restricted as to where they can feed and eat. They're hardly ever given any kind of grasses or hay. They're grain fed and forced with grain, and they give them antibiotics on a regular basis to make sure that they don't have respiratory diseases. So the beef that you pick up in the grocery store that's bright red has been shot with nitrogen in the package. It's been there are added preservatives with that. Our beef is not bright red, it's a brownish tone, and it's vacuum sealed, and that's the big difference in what how these cows are raised. And our byline for our animals is, our animals don't do drugs. Here in the cow pasture, you'll see that the reason that we invested into the concrete feeders, you'll see later, but this is an example of the waste that goes into this type feeder, and we do our very best to recycle the metals, but there's not much that we can recycle with the plastic. So we have decided to ban this type feeder and go to a more permanent style that wastes less feed and also is much better for the environment.
What's this building used for?
This building will be a new farm to barn venue for us. It'll be harvest to table dinners, it'll be dances, all kinds of wedding receptions, family reunions, birthday parties, and everything in here is repurposed. Everything we've used, from the beams from old buildings that have been torn down or blown down or destroyed, from the timbers that have been renovated, the door timbers and all of that. These are old stable doors that we're using for a screen. I'll have an old wagon in here, and everything in here is repurposed.
In addition to the farm and the store, can you tell us more about your bed and breakfast?
Yes, we found this house in 1997. They were going to burn it in order to use the land areas for hog spray for a big hog operation. So we decided at that time, we were working on a architectural survey for Greene County, and we decided that we would save her and bring her here. So we moved it in April of 1998, and it took us several years. Moved in 2004, and we have placed it on the National Registry of Historic Places. So our home is open at all times to anyone who would like to come visit and tour. We did it all architecturally correct.
In addition to the farm, do you recycle in your bed and breakfast aspect?
Yes, we do, and we also use the co-mingling and ask our guests to do that as well. So we don't do anything that can be recycled. Does not go into the trash container. It goes into the recycle bin, and we usually have to dispose of that several times a week when we have plenty of guests. So we certainly do recycle and co-mingle.
Thank you for taking the time to answer our questions about what local businesses are doing to make environmentally friendly choices easy for consumers and community sustainability. We thank you and your business for helping to keep the green in Greenville.
We're glad to have you here on the farm. Come back and visit anytime.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We're glad to have you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
If you know of a business group or person in Greenville that is helping to reduce our environmental impact, contact us, Ava and Riley, our Green Team's roving reporters at loveaseaturtle@suddenlink.net. Thank you, and we hope you have a great green day in Greenville.